KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hey there, good morning. It is Tuesday, July 23rd.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful Monday. And if you didn't get rain yesterday, maybe you will today. In fact, we believe there are some flash flood warnings out to the west, right, Justin?
Yes, some heavy rain overnight across parts of the hill country. If you were in northwestern San Antonio, you certainly saw the rain. We're going to get you those rainfall totals coming up in just a bit. But we do have to focus on the task at hand, and that is flooding, which we have ongoing now off across parts of Edwards and Valverde County. So let me get you the maps here, the authority radar, and you can see where that outline is, that green outline. That's where you have the flash flood warning, and that's where it could get a little bit dangerous. Now, this is mainly a rural area out here, but there are some creeks and streams and little water crossings, so we got to keep this in mind, especially at night. You see all the lightning strikes. I mean, this is really heavy rain. And what we can do here is turn on the 24-hour rain totals, and you'll see just how much rain is falling. So that purple color likely represents about 6 inches of rain. Let's see, close to 7 now is what we're estimating. And that's come down in a pretty short time, so it's not surprising that flash flood warning is there and probably will continue for several more hours. It is going to expire at 9 a.m. That again goes for Edwards and Valverde County. So that's the latest there. I'm going to put it back on radar. I'm going to switch it over to the New Braunfels radar so you can get a little better look at what's going on across parts of San Antonio. We'll take that warning off just briefly. Right now, there's nothing going on here in San Antonio. We still have some wet roads from rain overnight that moved in across parts of northern Bexar County, but nothing right now. There are some showers starting to take shape, though, out in the hill country. Everything at this point is kind of moving off to the north and east, slowly but surely. And this is a corridor here where we're probably going to be concerned about some flooding throughout the morning. We'll keep an eye on it. And as the day wears on, we'll get some more showers and storms developing maybe a little bit closer to San Antonio. So this is 8:15 this morning. Shows some showers starting to develop. And then maybe a little bit of an increase in activity by the afternoon with some daytime heating. Still, bulk of that really heavy stuff is going to be up across the hill country. This is 4 o'clock today, and we're getting showers and storms developing around San Antonio, maybe even converging around the area by this evening with more pockets of heavy rain. So temperatures today will be kept down because of the clouds and the rain. About a 40 to 50% chance of seeing some rain where you are, 86. And as I said, we'll check in on those rainfall totals here in just a bit, but I can't tell you there are wet roads across the northern part of San Antonio. Thankfully, that has not caused any issues yet.
That is good news, and the roads look okay here on this shot at TransGuide, also at Highway 90 at Meadow Creek. Looking around the city, not too many problems. There appears to be a stalled vehicle at I-35 north at I-10, but it looks like only the shoulder is blocked, so just be aware of that. And I-10 at Medical looking good right now. For now, let's go ahead. I know Alex Gomez is out on the early morning roadways. How's it looking?
Well, good morning, Stephanie. It's looking all right for now. I guess right now what I'm going to be looking for is the road conditions to see how many wet roads we have. So far, I am driving on the north side. This is 21 North near Airport Boulevard. These roads right here are a little bit wet, not so much to where it's going to cause any problems, but I'm going to keep an eye out and keep on driving around the city. If I see any major issues, I'll let you know, Stephanie.
Thank you, Alex.
Well, new this morning, San Antonio police say a woman was shot overnight while sitting outside at a bar in downtown, but officers, they don't know where that bullet came from. It happened around midnight in the 500 block of East Crockett. That's near I-37 in East Houston. And police say the 29-year-old woman was sitting on the top patio of the Sky Bar downtown, and she was struck by a bullet in her upper back. Now, she was taken to the hospital in critical condition, but police say nobody knows exactly where the shot came from. Officers say it might have been from the parking lot or the highway. A man firing shots from inside his apartment late last night prompted San Antonio police officers to evacuate an entire apartment building. According to SAPD, the 60-year-old man was firing shots from inside an apartment complex near Northwest Loop 410 and Everest Road. Now, police say those shots were going into other parts of the complex. The apartment complex was then evacuated. When officers eventually forced entry into the apartment, they found that the suspect was not there. Police say they know who the suspect is and they're going to find him later. Residents were then allowed back into the apartments. No injuries were reported. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office remembering one of its own. 20-year-old Deputy Meredith Portillo was one of 3 people that died in a crash over the weekend when the car that she was driving was hit by a wrong-way driver. Sheriff Javier Salazar said Meredith had been with the Sheriff's Office for less than a year and she planned to join the Special Emergency Response Team. Now, Meredith was off duty at the time of the crash. She had 2 other passengers in her car and one of them also died. As for the wrong-way driver, he was also killed in that crash. Days after a major global tech outage, people and businesses are still dealing with problems. This morning, according to the San Antonio International Airport website, several Delta flights are still being affected today. One local family we spoke with says the outage took the fun out of their summer vacation plans.
We were supposed to be traveling on Friday, so we showed up here for our trip, and they said the plane had been delayed. If it's canceled, I think we'll have to drive to Florida because we've wasted 3 days.
Delta Airlines officials say it is doing everything it can to get back to normal. At issue is a faulty update to cybersecurity software from CrowdStrike. That company, based in Austin, says it has released a fix and most users are back to normal now.
Now let's take a live look at the White House. This morning, both ABC and CNN say Vice President Harris has the support of enough Democratic delegates to win the party's nomination to be president. Now, Harris heads to the battleground state of Wisconsin today as her campaign for the White House kicks into high gear. Speaking of campaign staff in Wilmington, Harris quickly leaned into the themes that will be prominent in her race against Trump.
I took on perpetrators of all kinds. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. Donald Trump wants to take our country backward to a time before many of our fellow Americans had full freedoms and rights. But we are not going to let that happen.
Harris is also self-proclaiming herself as a defender of economic opportunity and abortion access. She's even notching endorsements from top Democrats like former Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Meanwhile, Donald Trump quickly named Harris as worse than Biden, and his running mate agrees. According to the Harris campaign, the vice president has set a new 24-hour record for presidential donations, raking in more than $81 million.
And back here at home, we wanted to hear what people in San Antonio had to say about the president stepping aside and his immediate endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, those we talked with are split on their support. Some think other candidates should step in to challenge her.
Vice President Harris, I think she's in a good position to do so. I'm interested to see who she's going to pick for her VP.
I would like to hear from some other prominent Democrats, some younger people, and just see a democratic process play out before the convention.
All right, now what they all do agree on is that the delegates need to take the people's voices into consideration when choosing who to support. And this has been an interesting election season so far. You can count on KSAT to keep you in the loop between now and Election Day. Scan that QR code right there, right now, and you can follow all the election-related news from now until November.
Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle says that her agency failed in its mission to protect former President Donald Trump. She even called the attempt on Trump's life the Secret Service's most significant operational failure in decades. Now, lawmakers of both major political parties are demanding that she resign over security failures that allowed a gunman to scale a roof and open fire at Trump's campaign rally. Cheadle was berated by Republicans and some Democrats yesterday, repeatedly angering lawmakers by evading questions.
On July 13th, we failed. I take full responsibility for any security lapse of our agency.
Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no.
Well, Cheadle pushed back yesterday against accusations that the Secret Service denied requests for more security at the rally, and she vowed not to resign, saying she is the best person to lead the Secret Service at this time.
Attorneys for Donald Trump have asked the New York Appeals Court to throw out February's $454 million judgment in his civil real estate fraud case. Trump, his sons Donald Jr. and Eric, and the Trump Organization were found liable for fraud. They were accused of overvaluing Trump properties in financial transactions, but undervaluing the properties for tax purposes. In the appeal, Trump's lawyers argue the monetary penalty was unconstitutional and the case should have been barred because most of the transactions were outside of the statute of limitations. The appeals court could take up the case as soon as September.
Well, the time now is 5:10 and it's about 76 degrees out there.
Can't afford Tesla's Cybertruck? Still ahead when you can at least drive a virtual version thanks to Epic Games and Fortnite.
The latest summer blockbuster Twisters is raking in the cash at theaters. Up next, how moviegoers are experiencing the movie in a whole different way.
All right, taking a look at live cam out there, we are expecting some more rain chances today. We're going to tell you what time they arrive coming up in just a few minutes.
Welcome back. It's 5:14. Well, the summer blockbuster Twisters is soaring through the box office with moviegoers experiencing the movie in a new way. ABC's Andrew Dimbert shows us how in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the theater experience boosting the summer box office. If you feel it, and many moviegoers are feeling it, watching in a 4DX theater, which brings the movie to life and taking to social media to talk about it. The hashtags Twisters and 4DX storming TikTok, showing people in the seats tossed around in sync with what's happening on screen. Our Trevor Alt had to take it for a spin.
They have smoke machines, and all these chairs are going to be whipping around every time a tornado comes through.
I think these types of technologies are a way to bolster not only box office, but just get moviegoers excited about that much differentiated experience from sitting on your couch.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the 4DX experience. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
That looks like fun.
It does. We need to get out and see
We need one of those here in San Antonio.
That'd be cool.
5:15 right now, 76 degrees. It is so nice and cool out there.
We enjoy this weather. Let's look out there with Alex Gomez on the roadways, trying to check out the road conditions. At last check, it seemed like for the most part looking good at 5:15 a.m., but we're going to get a check back with him very soon.
Hey, I'll give you $574 if you switch.
For an ice cream? Okay.
So what about $574 for switching your home insurance to Allstate?
Tempting, but that's way too much of a hassle.
Actually, it's not. Allstate can handle the switching for you. Just call them.
But it's easy and I could save?
And you get Allstate.
Like a cherry on top.
Oh, you brought your own.
Check Allstate first and you could save hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I didn't think I could afford to go back to school, but the scholarships I received at National University made it possible. Currently, I'm a field RN. This is what I was put in this world to do, to give back to the community that I came from.
You are bountiful. Your skeleton can support 2 times your weight. It's in your nature to stand strong. Supplement your bones with high absorption magnesium. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature.
In today's Tech Bites, Google reverses its decision on cookies. The company has opted to keep third-party cookies in Chrome after previously planning to phase them out by next year. Advertisers use the files of information to target ads and measure performance. Google says it will keep the technology in Chrome and instead introduce new privacy controls. Next, Slack's new update is bringing work to your fingertips. 4 new widgets on the app let users see unread messages, update their status, and quickly access Slack. The update is now available for all iPhone users. And finally, Tesla's Cybertruck is rolling into Fortnite and Rocket League. Starting today, players can use the vehicle in both games. Epic Games released a new trailer to showcase the Cybertruck in action. Not everybody's so happy, but I wonder what those critics find so revolting. Those are your Tech Bites.
That is best work.
The image was funny with that little character.
It was.
Yeah.
So last night, I got woken up. I don't know if our viewers got woken up by a few rumbles, especially if you're on the north side, right?
It almost helped me sleep better. It's just the sound is so nice.
You at ease.
Yes, the rain was coming down, and there are still some wet roads out there when we're talking traffic.
Yes, let's take a look out there with TransGuide. I mean, it didn't look too bad as far as like people on the road. There's a look at Highway 90 and Medio Creek. Things are pretty cool there. Looking at Loop 410 and Babcock Road where things are moving. Looking at the TxDOT website, just that minor stall that we reported earlier off of I-35 north at I-10. Only the shoulder lane would be blocked in this area, so not causing too much of a disruption. And
a lot of the construction crews are also taking a break today or overnight because of the rain. So
most of them, but still, be aware of those areas. And of course, I guess later on, be aware of that rain.
Yeah, there'll be some more chances, and I think we're going to go live with Alex out there on the roadway. Alex, where are you at right now?
Well, good morning, Justin. I'm over here on the northeast side. This is going to be 35 southbound near Thousand Oaks. I do see just some damper roads, not completely wet on the north side, so that's the good news. I'm also not seeing a whole lot of construction crews out here as well, so that could be because of the rains that we've been getting the past couple of evenings. So the drive times this morning should be pretty fast, Justin.
Thank you, sir. So it's a bonus. We got some rain and no construction.
Yay.
Yes, that's the way we like our morning commute. Hey, let me show you the rainfall totals from yesterday. So this is over the last 24 hours, and the numbers are pretty big. So what we're looking at here is northwestern Bexar County. As you get into Comal County, Kendall County, Bandera County, and Medina County. This is where the bulk of the rainfall fell. And then, of course, we've got some heavy rain out west this morning. But you look at the estimates here, we're talking anywhere from 3 to 6 inches. And this fell in the right spot. Okay, so when we're talking the Edwards Aquifer recharge zone, this is right over it. I mean, so we're going to see the aquifer, I think, really jump up today. I haven't seen the numbers move just yet, but they will. It takes some time for all this to kind of funnel in and soak in. But this fell in a really good area to see the aquifer benefit. Now, folks in southern Bexar County are saying, hey, wait a second, what about us? Where's our rain? Well, I think later this afternoon you'll have an opportunity to. We'll see things kind of spread around, and hopefully you'll get some good rain as well. Now, this did cause some minor flooding overnight. We had some flash flood warnings for parts of Bandera County, namely that area right there where we're estimating about 6 inches of rain. That is pretty close to the Medina Lake watershed, too. Haven't seen Medina Lake move at all, but we'll see how that kind of unfolds as the day wears on. I want to show you the authority radar as it stands right now. And we're getting good rain still from Junction down to Rock Springs. And then this is where we have our flash flood warning out west. That's going to go until 9 o'clock this morning. For this area, that's mainly a rural area, but you're talking Rock Springs down to the south and west is where some of this heavy rain continues to fall, and rainfall rates are pretty impressive. Now, if you're traveling down 377, that's where you are going to hit some of this very heavy rain. There could be some flooding, some water on the road, so be careful. It's that old adage, turn around, don't drown, especially at night, because you can't see how deep the water is. But this is all up across the hill country. Here in San Antonio, if you're hitting the road right now, headed to work, no issues. As Alex showed you, we are starting to see some additional development out to the west, and I'll keep an eye on that throughout the rest of the morning. Here's a look at the futurecast. It does show that by 8 o'clock, we're going to start to see a few showers here around San Antonio, still with the heavy stuff off to the north and west. And then by midday, maybe a bit more shower activity. We'll be watching what's coming up from the Gulf as well. And by 4 or 5 o'clock, a scattering of showers. Now, I don't know that it will be as widespread as yesterday, but we'll get some rain nonetheless. And hopefully, again, you get rain where you are. 76 right now in San Antonio on our forecast today. 40 to 50% chance of rain. We'll see those temperatures only make it to about 86 or so. That's all we can really get to, I think, because of the cloud cover. And the extended forecast, 88 Wednesday, 88 Thursday. Then we'll get into the mid-80s on Friday. Still some rain chances, and smaller rain chances by Sunday. And as we get into next week, we'll be right back.
All right, well, the hype is gearing up for Deadpool and Wolverine. Plus, Taylor Swift is no longer number one. Okay, she's number one in our hearts.
Well, of course, but we're going to see what happened. For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Waited a long time for this team up. Fans of Deadpool and Marvel counting down the hours until they can see Deadpool and Wolverine, the film almost in theaters and expected to break records this weekend. I asked producer Wendy Jacobson what she's most excited for fans to experience when they finally get to see it.
That's a really hard question to answer without spoiling it. I mean, the truth is, having these two characters together on screen, that's something that I'm most excited for people to see. That's something for me as a fan personally that I'm so excited to see.
Marvel is owned by Disney, the parent company of ABC News. Taylor Swift's reign at the top of the charts is over after a personal best of 12 weeks at #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart with the Tortured Poets department. Eminem knocked her out of the top spot with his new album, The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace. It's the rapper's 11th #1 album, tying Bruce Springsteen, Barbra Streisand, and Kanye West for the 5th most #1s of all time. It also had the best sales plus streaming week of the year for a rap album. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes will start streaming on Hulu August 2nd after earning almost $400 million worldwide. And former wizard Daniel Radcliffe with a birthday today. The Harry Potter star is 35. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Wow, a throwback. Eminem. Eminem's the one that was messing with Taylor Swift. It's okay. She'll be back, I'm sure.
Sure.
On top. Time now, 5:29 and 76 degrees for now.
Well, rain can be a welcoming thing here in San Antonio, but too much can still cause problems. Up next, San Antonio neighborhood that wants change soon so their yards aren't underwater.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, it is something no one wants to talk about, but we all have to deal with it. Why dust at home can hurt your long-term health and how you can get rid of it.
I don't have dust at home.
That's nice. I'll visit you. Hi, welcome back. It is 5:32 on this Tuesday morning, and we've been having a good week because we've been getting that rain here and there.
Yes.
And it's all because of you, Justin. Last week was a great week. This week is an even better week.
You know what?
Bravo.
So much love for him, right?
We get a lot of hate when things go wrong, so I'll take a little love when it's looking pretty good out there. Yes, the rain has been so very nice. And the elusive double rainbow. You don't get this too often. Someone caught it yesterday.
So pretty.
Yeah, it's out in Spring Branch. That is a cool shot because you got the sun illuminating the background there with some rain coming down. The two ingredients you need, obviously, to get a rainbow going, and that is a cool shot. We appreciate it, as always, and we got a lot more pictures to share. You can also check them out on our website, KSAT.com. Okay, Authority Radar, we've got a new flash flood warning that has just been issued for parts of Edwards and it looks like Real County here. We'll take a look at this one. This is going to go till 8:30, and of course we have this other flash flood warning here for Edwards and Valverde County that goes until 9 a.m. So these are areas that are being hit pretty hard by some heavy rain this morning. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. I'm going to turn the warnings off so we can get a better look here. And it's right in this area where we're getting some very, very heavy rain. Not a lot of cities in this area, but certainly some people that live out here. And just be careful, especially those county roads. Man, they flood quickly. If you don't know how deep that water is, you got to be so very careful. Rock Springs, you're just seeing light rain right now, but you're kind of surrounded by the heavy stuff. And this is another area of very heavy rain just south of 377 that continues to fall. Generally rural areas, as I said. But here in San Antonio, not much going on, at least not right now. We had some storms overnight. Those have since moved away. So we're getting the all clear right now. But notice we've got some development out here just to our west. We'll keep an eye on that as it is moving out to the north and northeast, but we may see some of that energy move a little back closer to San Antonio a little bit later today. So 40% chance of rain this morning. We'll keep that in the forecast, then bump it up to 50% chance this afternoon. Clouds and potential for rain should keep temperatures in check. 86 our forecast high. Okay, let's go outside and take a look at the roads now. Most of the roads drying up here in San Antonio. What are you guys seeing on TransGuide?
All that we saw was a little bit of construction on I-10, that bridge there at Frio, but that's kind of what's been going on. Maybe even if people aren't working, just be aware of those barrels and equipment still out there. But as far as these shots, looking good.
Everything looks really good out there. And now RJ is on vacation, but we do have Alex Gomez, who is out on the roads right now, telling us what the conditions are on the ground.
Yeah, well, good morning, Patty. Right now, I am actually driving through the downtown area. I just got to 35 southbound near Theo and Malone, and the roadways here are a lot drier from what I saw over there on the north side, especially 1604. But the good news is that we've got low traffic volume over here, and I'm not hearing of any reported crashes on any of our highways. So our maps are still looking green, Patty.
All right, sounds good, Alex. Thanks so much. And talking about rain, you know that when it rains, you've probably seen a lot of neighborhoods across town where the streets simply don't drain well.
And as Avery Everett shows us, for one neighborhood, crews will soon start a construction project to try to fix the problems.
Here comes the rain.
Here we go again.
When there's water, there's worries in parts of Encino Park.
It's disappointing.
On a dry day, this far north side neighborhood looks peaceful. But when it rains, neighbors say the calm turns to chaos.
This has lasted too long.
The rain's been stopped for about 20 minutes or so.
This video may look like a waterfall.
If not more than that, probably 30.
But in reality, it's a front lawn. And this isn't the only house with flooding problems in Encino Park.
This is the east side of Siena property.
Resident Andy Parada says it's because of the drainage problems in the Siena Basin. And it's something neighbors have been dealing with for 6 years.
They cleared this entire ridge line down to the rock bed.
Parada says this used to be a Longhorn ranch.
The vegetation, the amount of dirt, all of that stuff provide enough capacity to absorb.
But then construction came for a housing development, and neighbors say they started noticing more flooding. That's why those residents in 2018 met with the developer to find a solution. These retention ponds were added, but neighbors say the problem only got worse. What would it look like when it rains?
So it fills up.
In 2021, the city got involved.
When the project came to Public Works, we verified that the appropriate means were being taken. The berm and the underground system was the best approach.
This is what the new solution will look like. Using a swale, inlet box, and pipes to help redirect drainage.
This is the best way to allow for the residents to have the least amount of impact and get the most water away.
Construction is set to start in the coming weeks. But after years of back and forth, residents say change can't come soon enough.
This has been a long time waiting.
As neighbors say homes have been damaged and their hope still has yet to be restored. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Well, if you are trying to find ways to not spend so much on your monthly power bill, or maybe even give some feedback to your power company, so for CPS Energy customers, you have the chance to do that in just 2 days. So tomorrow, CPS Energy is hosting 2 open house sessions. The first goes from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And then another 2-hour afternoon session will run from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Both take place Wednesday, the 24th at CPS headquarters on McCullough Avenue. Of course, all this information is on our website, ksat.com, right now.
All right, this story has a lot of you in the community sad and talking about this. After 40 years of serving the West Side, the Acadiana Cafe is closing its doors. The restaurant owner announced they'll close next month. The property has been sold to the Hacienda Vallarta Restaurant Group. The Cajun and Southern style favorite will officially close August 29th, so you still have some time to go get.
President Joe Biden is returning to the White House today after isolating in Delaware due to a positive COVID test last week. He will get his daily briefing, but there are no meetings on his schedule for now. On Thursday, he is expected to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who is in the country to address Congress tomorrow. Netanyahu will also meet with Vice President Kamala Harris. The two are expected to talk about the current Israeli-Gaza conflict.
The Biden administration wants the U.S. Supreme Court to allow enforcement of new anti-discrimination rules in schools across the nation. The Department of Education made changes to some of the rules under Title IX, the long-time law that prevents sex discrimination within the educational system. Now, these adjustments, which include protection for LGBTQ+ students, were supposed to start nationwide in August. However, some Republican attorney generals took legal action against the White House, blocking those protections. The administration is arguing to the high court that the lower courts were mistaken when they blocked enforcement. 1 in 700 children are affected by a cleft lip or a palate.
Our John Paul Barajas met with a local family and a doctor as they spread awareness during Cleft and Craniofacial Awareness Month.
I'm climbing up there.
You can't climb up there.
Why?
Because
it's too high.
I know it is so high.
Archie Madera is a healthy 3-year-old with plenty of energy to keep mom occupied.
Archie! This is what real life is like with a 3-year-old.
What you might not know is he was born with a cleft lip and palate that has since been surgically repaired.
Honestly, to hear anything is wrong with your kid or your pregnancy, it's pretty devastating. I had no idea what a cleft was.
Which is why Gloria Madera wants people to know about it. The Centers for Disease Control says it's one of the most common birth defects, yet few people talk about it.
All-encompassing term for deformities or malformations of the face and the skull.
Dr. Alejandra Garcia de Mitchell explains that in many cases, it's unclear why babies have it. Sometimes it's genetic.
But there are some factors that do increase the incidence, and those may be like diabetes or smoking and some medications. It's also important to know that this is not somebody's fault.
Garcia de Mitchell says those born with a defect live happy, healthy, normal lives, but they do need surgeries at an early age depending on their situation. Archie has undergone 4 in just his 3 years of life.
Handing my 6-month baby over to go under general anesthesia and to have someone mess with his mouth, I mean, that was really frightening.
And Archie's not done with surgeries, but Garcia de Mitchell tells us as he gets older, they're less likely to be necessary.
Depending on his development, they'll take a piece of bone from his hip and put it in his palate to expand it because your mouth, kind of grows.
As Cleft and Craniofacial Awareness Month wraps up, both Gloria and Garcia de Mitchell hope there is continued and increased awareness and research to better help families going forward. John Paul Barajas.
Can you give me knuckles?
KSAT 12 News.
Archie is all boy there.
Yes, a lot of energy.
Time right now, 5:42, 76 degrees.
Well, and next, a sneak peek at the Shrek musical debuting tonight here in San Antonio.
And let's take a look outside with our live cam. Clouds are moving in, or maybe they never left overnight because they still have more rain to give us. We'll have an update for you coming up in just a few minutes. This morning, one of Hollywood's most famous green heroes is taking center stage tonight at the Tobin Center. And I know what you're thinking, the Hulk. Nope, we're not talking about the Hulk.
Not this time. Ivan Adetta takes us backstage for a sneak peek at Shrek, the musical.
Fall in love all over again with Shrek, Fiona, and their fairy tale friends for Shrek the Musical at the Tobin Center.
There are all these different fairy tale creatures that exist in different worlds, and you're bringing them all into the same world. You know all the smaller stories like Humpty Dumpty and the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood and the Wicked Witch and all these different characters, and you're bringing them into the same space. A lot of the lines from the movie are still in there, which I didn't even know until we were actually riding the plane to our first stop, and I was watching the movie on the plane, and I was like, oh my gosh, like so many of the lines are the same. So yes, you will hear a lot of those iconic lines that we know and love. A lot of us play multiple characters and create the fullness of the world. It's very much an ensemble piece going around this time.
For tickets and showtimes, visit KSAT.com. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Yes, starting tonight.
Right. It's too late for us. We can't go.
No, yeah. Well, unless we make arrangements.
5:47 right now, 76 degrees.
Let's look out there with Drive Cam with our Alex Gomez. It looks pretty good where he's at. Doesn't have a whole lot of company out there, but we're going to get a check-in with him very soon. Welcome back. It's 5:50. Let's look out there with TransGuide looking at I-37 at Southeast Military. Also at Loop 410 at McCullough. Things are moving there as well. And, looking pretty quiet at almost 6 a.m. And Patty, it looks like the TxDOT site.
Yeah, it looks like there's a disabled vehicle at 281 and 1604. So just, keep an eye out on that. Let's check in with Alex Gomez because he really knows how the roads are looking right now. When we came in, the roads were wet, but they should be drying up by now, right, Alex?
Yeah, they are pretty much drying out over here, even on the west side. This is 410 northbound right at 151, so all morning long it's pretty much been issue-free. The only concern were the wet roads, but you're right, they're drying out. Not too many problems out here, Patty.
All right, sounds good, Alex. Thanks.
Thank you, Alex. And I want to show you power outages real quick because we are getting a report out there near Government Canyon of about 3,000 customers without power due to potential weather, probably lightning. But that is the latest report there. And we'll certainly keep an eye on power outages that are going on across the city. It was somewhat electrical last night, and we got some heavy rain. Look at this picture on our KSAT Connect. This is Timberwood Park. It's kind of hard to see there, but about 2.5 inches of rain. Good number. And there were some spots that got more than that yesterday across northwestern Bexar County. Let me show you the rainfall totals over the last couple of days. And basically where you see some of those reds and oranges, that's where we're talking 4 inches plus, okay? So there were some spots, northwestern Bexar County, Bandera County, Medina County, and then this morning, as we get into Edwards and Valverde County, some really heavy rain. What is this white outline, you may be asking? Well, this is where the drought has been at its worst. So if we go over to the drought monitor, you'll see that that's where, yeah, we have moderate to severe to exceptional drought. And this is an area that desperately needed the rain, and it looks like we're getting it. So this is going to help this area. And I think when we get the new drought monitor coming out on Thursday, you'll see some marked improvement. At least that's the hope anyway, with the rainfall still coming down in spots out across the hill country. Not only that, this is also over the recharge zone. Now, the rest of everyone else down here across southern parts of Bexar County into the south of San Antonio are saying, hey, what about us? Where's our rain? Well, hopefully we'll get some today. That is my hope, as showers and storms come up from the Gulf of Mexico as well, and we'll get some decent coverage this afternoon. But at the moment, it is all up here across the hill country, and this is where we have flash flood warnings this morning, a couple. This one goes until 8:30. This one goes until 9. But surrounding Rock Springs area, Edwards County, Real County, that's where some of the really heavy rain is right now. And I should point out very quickly, as the map kind of jumps around on me here, that we've got one lone shower now starting to take shape here around San Antonio on the far northwest side. But looks like we may start to get a few showers drifting into San Antonio. There's that shower right there, right around UTSA actually. Is where we're getting a little downpour. We may continue to see a few more of those. Futurecast shows that. Isolated stuff coming in from not only the Gulf of Mexico, but we'll watch this activity that holds on across the hill country, maybe drifting a little bit further south and east like it did yesterday. And there should be a scattering of showers and storms late this afternoon and this evening if that all comes to fruition. So right now, 50% chance of rain. Look, those models aren't going to be great in this situation. So just know it's going to be sort of random pop-ups. It's going to depend on outflow boundaries and such. But I think that as we get into tomorrow and Thursday, maybe a slightly lower chance of rain, and then we'll bring it back up Friday into Saturday. So good looking week here with temperatures staying in the 80s. We'll be right back.
All right, coming up in the next hour of GMSA, construction is starting soon in a neighborhood that's waited 6 years to fix flooding issues. Plus, the woman called the Gucci Goddess will be sentenced in federal court today after stealing over $100 million from the Army at Fort Sam Houston. And up next, it's something no one wants to talk about, but we all have to deal with it. Why dust at home can hurt your long-term health and how you can get rid of it. Taking a live look outside with Drive Cam. Roads looking fantastic today. If we're heading out right now, you shouldn't have any problems. We're going to check in with Alex Gomez coming up in just a few minutes. Hey, good morning. Taking a live look outside with Live Cam. Justin is here with our forecast. He is going to tell us around what time that rain could be arriving for us today.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hey there, good morning. It is 6 a.m. on your Tuesday, July 23rd.
Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. We do have some power outages this morning to tell you about. So we are tracking them on the city's northwest side. And right now, close to 3,000 people are without power in areas just north of John Harlan High School and Culebra Road. You can see there on our map all the outages there, but it looks like only that one neighborhood for now. Of course, we're going to keep you posted throughout the morning, but not so much an issue right now as far as the weather, Justin.
Yeah, it probably is weather related, but it probably came with the earlier storms. We had some pretty electrical stuff overnight. Showers and storms came through San Antonio, and it was busy for at least a time. And now we're getting the really heavy stuff across parts of the hill country. So there are flash flood warnings for parts of Edwards County and parts of Alverde and Edwards County that are going to go to roughly 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. So this is where we're getting some really heavy rain. Now, it's mainly rural areas outside of Rock Springs, but we're estimating now 6 to 7 inches of rain, and that's mostly been just this morning. So that's where the rain is right now. You see down here in San Antonio, there's not much. We've got a shower or two, but not incredibly active, at least at the moment. We're going to dig in a little deeper with the radar coming up in just a few minutes. And you just heard, yes, we do have some power outages, 3,000, as we just said, the latest there across Bexar County with some of those storms overnight. So our forecast today, we're going to ramp rain chances up to about 50%. Maybe not quite as busy as yesterday, but still showers and storms nonetheless. And folks that maybe didn't get rain yesterday will get some this afternoon. Notice the high temperature. This is well below average, 86, because of the clouds and that potential rainfall. We're going to talk all about it. We'll dig in deeper some of those rainfall totals too. There were some good ones yesterday coming up in just a bit. But we may have our first incident of the morning. Some flashing lights, guys.
Yep,
right there at 281 at Danella. Do you have anything on TxStat?
Well, TxStat is saying that it's a stalled vehicle. And of course, when you have something like this, it's so early in the morning, you want to make sure that the emergency vehicles get out there to help that person get out of the road safe. And that's why I think we see those flashing lights, is they just want to draw attention to the fact that something is going on there. So drive safely when you go around that area.
Looks like right there it may be lane 3, one of the main lanes is blocked, and also the shoulder is blocked. So maybe, there you go, they're zooming in right there. Ramp to 281 to 1604. Oh yeah, so be aware of that right now when traveling. We're also going to get a check-in with Alex Gomez, who's been on the roadways all morning.
Yeah, good morning, and as RJ likes to say, happy Taco Tuesday. I gotta keep the tradition alive. But right now I am on the north side, 410 eastbound at Nacogdoches Road. My main concern this morning has been the wet roads. This past hour, I mostly saw them on the north side, especially on 1604. I also drove downtown, and on the south side, much drier down there. So I'm going to keep on driving around. RJ should be back tomorrow from vacation. I'm hoping he ate plenty of tacos, Stephanie.
I don't know where he went. We're going to have to ask him. Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Well, new this morning, San Antonio police say a woman was shot overnight while sitting outside a bar in downtown, but officers don't know where the bullet came from. It happened around midnight in the 500 block of East Crockett. That's near I-37 in East Houston. Police say the 29-year-old woman was sitting on the top patio of Smoke Sky Bar downtown and was hit by a bullet in her upper back. Now, she was taken to the hospital in critical condition, but police say nobody knows exactly where the shot came from. However, police say it could have come from the parking lot or the highway.
Well, a man firing shots from inside his apartment prompted San Antonio police officers to evacuate families out of their apartments last night. Now, according to the department, a 60-year-old man was shooting from inside an apartment complex off of Northwest Loop 410 near Evers Road. Now, police say those shots were going into other parts of the complex. Neighbors were evacuated, and when officers eventually forced their way into that apartment, they found that the suspect wasn't there. However, police say they know who that suspect is and they're going to find him later. Residents were allowed back into their homes and no injuries were reported.
This morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is remembering one of its own. 20-year-old Deputy Meredith Portillo was one of 3 people that died in a crash over the weekend when a car she was driving was hit by a wrong-way driver. Sheriff Javier Salazar said Meredith had been with the sheriff's office for less than a year. She planned on joining the Special Emergency Response Team. Meredith was off duty at the time of the crash. She had 2 other passengers in her car, and one of them also died. Now, as for the wrong-way driver, he was also killed in that crash.
Now, a live look at the White House this morning. Both ABC and CNN say Vice President Harris has the support of enough Democratic delegates to win the party's nomination to be president. Now, Harris heads to the battleground state of Wisconsin today as her campaign for the White House kicks into high gear. Speaking to campaign staff in Wilmington, Harris quickly leaned into the themes that will be prominent in her campaign against Trump.
Roles I took on perpetrators of all kinds. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. Donald Trump wants to take our country backward to a time before many of our fellow Americans had full freedoms and rights. But we are not going to let that happen.
Well, Harris is also self-proclaiming herself as a defender of economic opportunity and abortion access. She's even notching endorsements from top Democrats like former Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Meanwhile, Donald Trump quickly named Harris as worse than Biden.
And while support for Harris as the Democratic nominee builds, Democrats have to answer another question. Who will be the next nominee's running mate? Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has been mentioned several times, but yesterday she announced she's helping the Harris campaign behind the scenes. Other Democrats like Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro are contenders, but they're not saying anything on the prospects of being the nominee's VP pick.
I immediately gave her my endorsement and said I would do everything in my power to support her here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
And people have also mentioned Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear as a possible VP pick.
Back at home, we wanted to hear what people here in San Antonio had to say about the president stepping aside and his immediate endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris. Those we talked to are split on whether they think other candidates should step in to challenge her.
Vice President Harris, I think she's in a good position to do so. I'm interested to see who she's going to pick for her VP.
I would like to hear from some other prominent Democrats, some younger people, and just see a democratic process play out before the convention.
Now, what they all agree on is that the delegates need to take the people's voices into consideration when choosing who to support.
And you have to admit, this has been an interesting election season so far. Of course, you can count on KSAT to keep you in the loop between now and Election Day. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen right now to follow along on all the election-related news from now until November.
Well, before we go to break, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle says her agency failed in its mission to protect former President Donald Trump. She even called the attempt on Trump's life the Secret Service's most significant operational failure in decades. Lawmakers of both major political parties are demanding that she resign over security failures that allowed a gunman to scale a roof and open fire at Trump's campaign rally. Now, Cheadle was berated by Republicans and some Democrats yesterday, repeatedly angering lawmakers by evading questions.
On July 13th, we failed. I take full responsibility for any security lapse of our agency.
Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no.
Well, Cheadle pushed back yesterday against accusations that the Secret Service denied requests for more security at the rally, and she vowed not to resign, saying she is the best person to lead the Secret Service at this time.
All right, well, we hope you're having a good morning with us. 6:09 right now, 76 degrees.
Well, still to come, how a summer camp is helping kids learn about type 2 diabetes prevention with a little help from the YMCA.
And after the break, it's something no one wants to talk about, but we all have to deal with it. Why dust at home can hurt your long-term health and how you can get rid of it.
Let's look out there with a live cam. It's a nice morning. We're at 76 degrees, not too hot, and we're excited that we're expecting rain once again. And again, if you didn't get it at your house yesterday, maybe today. We'll be right back.